Udam's house. This is Udam. Hi Udam.
Hi!
And then we went to church in the morning. And now we are at the floating market.
The name is Kwan Riem. Kwan Riem floating market. That's where the people in Bangkok come here to relax with the whole family. Then they like feeding the small horse.
Yeah, the ponies.
The
We had a pony. And Scott touched an eel.
Yeah.
And we took a boat. What else did we do?
Scott really excited to see the eel. Thailand eel.
I don't know what kind of eel they are, but the river was full of them. The first glimpse we got of one of these guys, we thought it was a snake in the water. Seeing them next to the dock, I couldn't resist trying to touch one.
And there's Scott's finger. Is it slimy?
Slimy.
Oh, don't touch me with it. Yep. And we saw ducks and chickens. And now we're sitting down.
What did I find interesting today? I found a big goose. They're really big. Biggest goose I've ever seen. And they have them next to the restaurants on the water. They have these floating restaurants on boats. And they have all their ducks and geese right next to them, so they lay the eggs and then they take the eggs and they cook them for you. You don't have to go buy eggs. You just have your geese there.
How many use them?
I think so.
34 eggs a year.
Well, that's true. They only hatch 34 eggs a year. Eggs.
Not only are the eggs fresh, but so is everything else. Walking through the market, vendors make the food right in front of you. Some of it sits out between batches, but that doesn't stop the local people from buying it. Most of the desserts and candies sold here are made daily as well. If you've got a quick eye, you might be able to see how a few things are made, possibly well enough to try it at home. Some vendors are even kind enough to show you.
All the fruit is prepared fresh as well. Half a kilo of jackfruit costs only 40 baht, that's just over $1 American. It's a very messy fruit to deal with, so I was perfectly happy to buy it already prepared.
Some of the candy isn't only fun to eat, but fun to make. These guys are making some sort of Thai candy, something halfway between a cookie and a granola bar.
Thai people take pride in their work, even if it means their work will be devoured by hungry foreigner tourists in about 5 seconds. It is very characteristic of the culture to take time in producing a quality product. Now this is something I researched before coming to Thailand, and I was excited to see it being made here. It's called dragon's beard. It's a dessert of sorts that involves hard discs of sugar that are pulled into thin strands. The craftsman keeps pulling and twisting the candy, making sure to flour each time to keep the strands from sticking. Danae and I figured it would be important to have Udam teach us how to ask, "May I take your picture?" And even with my horrible accent, they agreed. After pulling and twisting over and over again, eventually he ends up with these very thin, hair-like strands. He shakes out some of the extra flour, then pulls them into pieces, ready to receive the filling. The filling is mostly peanut butter. They are then wrapped and put into boxes to be sold. We bought a box so that we could try them out.
It tastes like peanuts.
Fair enough.
With cobwebs.
Cobwebs.
Not dusty cobwebs though.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dusty cobwebs.
So not dusty cobwebs.
We decided to join the flood of tourists filing onto the boat for a relaxing break from their shopping. Our tour guide left out no details of the surrounding area. Luckily, Udam was there to translate for us. We owe her greatly for sharing this relaxing trip with us. It was interesting to see how different life on the river can be from our tumultuous concrete jungle of downtown Bangkok. Once we left the market behind, it was easy to relax and enjoy the ride. After this weekend outing, we are even more excited to experience the natural side of Thailand culture in the coming months. I do think we could get used to this.
Yeah, we did.
Too close.